Yeah, what's up everyone, goblinmaxxer here. A bit of an impromptu adventure. We're just gonna explore the entirety of this map, just so we can keep track of what's where and where's what. And hopefully, well, my miniature goal right now is to find some sand to mine up so I can get glass so I can start brewing. I know what you're thinking. Brewing? Like, what are you gonna do? Start an infested farm? Well, it's a bit more complicated than that. Because I did do some things in the meantime. I actually went to the Nether, and I got like a stack of, what was it, nether wart, which is pretty cool, And I also did some chicanery. But most importantly, I got a few blaze rods so I can power the brewing stand in the first place. So that should be very nice. Very nice. A wife. But yeah, we're just getting the sand so we can make the glass bottles, and then also did a couple other things. First off, I spent like, let's see, what was it? Last night I spent a couple hours trying to get goat horns. And I got a couple from one goat. Completely dehorned the goat, which was nice. But there were duplicates, first off. And second off, the other goat just wasn't losing its horns, and then I eventually figured out that, okay, so that the other goat, like, it has to miss, and the way I had things set up, like, it was impossible for it to miss. Because typically the goat farm, you have a bunch of goats stacked on top of each other, and that's what causes them to miss, is that they crowd each other out so that they don't hit what they're going to hit. And as such, you know, they ram into the solid block and they drop their goat horn. But with just one goat, not possible, unless you use some redstone. Or maybe there's some other trick, but I didn't know it, so I just gave up. And then this morning I got some powdered snow because I was like, oh, I want to do that shoot drop that I usually do when I create my elevator for netherite. But yeah, that was a bit of a trek, and at the end of it I was like, huh. You know, that was a lot of time I spent getting this thing that I could have just, like, replaced with twisting lens. So then eventually I got, like, twisting lens as well. But in terms of, like, the trading and stuff, we're doing surprisingly well. I was worried that I wasn't gonna have enough, like, firepower to ultimately get off the ground and start, you know, like, making some big trades, but we're getting there. Which I suppose is also kind of, like, kind of concerning. Like, it's a getting there thing still, and not, like, an actually there thing. Let's just pick up this, what is it, beehive real quick. See how many bees we got in here. Guess we'll see eventually. Also, yeah, check that out. Silk Touch. I got max enchants as well. How many bees are in there? 2 out of 3. I could work with it. It's whatever. Unless I find the other bee flying around here. I'm not too concerned. Because I could just breed that. A third bee. And plus I already got the achievement somewhere earlier. Yep. So I already got a beehive back at home, but the more the merrier, certainly, because then I don't have to go through the process of, let's stay on track with the map here. Whoa, swerving. Feeling like I had too much to drink. Which is actually the opposite is in fact true. I had too many stimulants this morning. I drank too many energy drinks, and now I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to sleep tonight. Last night I was able to sleep after having, like, geez, what was it, like 1,000 MIGs throughout the day? Which is surprising, which is certainly surprising, but it's like of this, it says it uses green tea caffeine. And I'm really honest, I don't really know what the difference is, nor do I care. I think caffeine's caffeine, like it. So what if you get it from somewhere else? It's still like, are you suggesting there's other trace things in there along with the caffeine? For what? Okay, how many is in here? 0. Okay, and it's an emptiness. So I don't really want that, because I also feel kind of sad for the little bees. And they come back and they figure out they don't have a home. And I have a smite 4 looting 3 sword, so I'm pretty much unstoppable. Only thing that would make this better in this particular instance is if it also had fire aspect, so I wouldn't have to do any of the cooking. Unfortunately, do have to do that still. It's negative 59 because I'm very smart. Officially negative 67. I'm sorry for making that joke. Yeah, we're just cruising around. It's pretty much just looking like there's just a bunch of grass around here. It's so awesome. Could you tell that I'm a sarcasm warrior by the way I drew my sarcasm blade there? I bet you could, huh? If that one slipped past you, I hate to say it, you might be a victim of my scathing sarcasm. It it's like when they slice people open and they barely realize, like, until they're literally like falling apart seconds later. Like they appear to still be intact. What did you do? You just moved past me with your sword, and then they fly into a bajillion chunks. That's like you, but with my sarcasm. And if you thought I was being serious, then I'd hate to say it, but yeah, you might have just become a victim of my sarcasm again. See, I could have gotten like a powder snow here. And the sarcasm. God. No one dares. Again. And honestly, I'm gonna be honest, I don't care. Okay, this creeper might present some trouble to me, especially if it sneaks up on my booty and fucking explodes me. I feel. So we're just gonna bridge up. Oh, shit. Not the powder snow, anything but the powder snow, no. Okay, now we're good. Already. Just gonna keep going. Just gonna keep going. I hope you guys enjoy my singing because I'm gonna be doing that for the rest of the episode. No, I'm jokes. I'm joking around. Also, it seems that there's another village here. It's quite odd. I didn't expect there to be another one. Alas, here we are at another village. So, man, these chickens look freaking weird, man. Absolutely weird looking chickens, and I don't know what they're doing. I don't know what they're doing here, but they're weird looking, and I think they're honestly kind of disgusting. Why would I want to? No, I'm not doing that. Sorry, I'm just I'm kind of zonking out right now, but isn't this so fun exploring this map? I knew this was going to be riveting commentary gameplay, which is funny because it's also oh, a very interesting place for powder snow to be. Just chill out or unchill out here. Then we just use dirt to parkour. This is like what I was talking about last episode. You use the dirt to parkour like this. It's completely unnecessary. But in that one instance, it was actually very necessary. It was literally the most necessary. Otherwise, I would have died to powder snow in my full diamond gear. That would have been horrible. Whoa, dripstone cave. I haven't seen that before. And if you just believe that, then you fell victim to my sarcasm once again. Man, I'm like a serial killer, man, with my sarcasm. I had to stop before I overextend and they figure out my true identity. Okay, buddy. Alright. Cool. Okay, looks like I gotta do this again. Kind of, wait, I can just craft leather boots. I could just craft normal boots. Wait a second. Hold the phone. Hold the flipping phone. I could just craft normal boots. Wait a second. Say that again. Say that again. You could do what? You could craft what? You could craft what? I looked over at my OBS and I was kind of hoping that it wasn't recording, so I wouldn't have to include any of this in the video. But so far, it has just been an absolute fucking cringe fest, man. I mean, okay, let's talk about goals here. One thing I want to do is I want to find the ancient city. I don't know why. What is even there that gives me, like, good loot? Like, diamond armor? I can get diamond armor. I don't need more. That's the same with any dungeon. The only thing I could really need, quote unquote, need is, like, saddles for horses or nautilus. And even then, that's like, why? I don't need those. What I need right now is emeralds. I need emeralds like a, I don't know, like a man needs his mutton. And I'm really falling off, aren't I? Hold on, let me drink another energy drink here. It's so strange because you'd think like with how they taste and stuff, it wouldn't be. Ooh, this is what I could do. I can mine the. Well, these are just ice spikes. Yeah, these aren't blue ice. So technically, they aren't even that useful. Oh yeah, also I have a little dunce hat, a little printed hat. And what the actual hell are you? Oh, no way. No, this is where I burned the goat horns. Yeah, watch this though. Okay, he's not doing it. But I promise you, he'll do it. If he feels like it eventually. He'll do it. He'll come up here. Oh yeah, and by the way, in case you're wondering why you're here too, it's because the other one's trapped in here. I isolated him. Because he didn't have any horns. But you know what? If I didn't do that, I probably could have gotten the other two horns. Because then this guy would have provided enough collision. You see, they jump like that. For the other to get a miss and drop his horns. That actually, okay. That's so funny that I found this again. So brutally flipping funny. I like how we're making Minecraft references in the chat right now. It really makes me feel like I'm playing Minecraft. They even abbreviated probs. Or is it abbreviated in the song? I don't know. I'm just hating because personally I don't know. I find nostalgia baiting just kind of like... It's not nostalgia baiting, they're just having fun, but like at the same time I just don't... Like, I like to move on, you feel? I don't want to be stuck. Yo, Annaline's back. Welcome back. Okay, I really should not block my face like that. There we go. This is much more manageable. Also, I didn't bring a bed, so any mobs we find we're just gonna have to deal with. Which, again, really easy. You can look at my armor bars. I have a ton of frickin' armor. So should not be any sort of like hassle. See, do I have wheat on me? I was thinking, man. If I had wheat on me, I could just stop what I'm doing right now, breed a bunch of goats together, get all the goat horns. What the heck was that? It's like a notification. Oh, it's the music. Okay. I was like, damn, I've never heard that notification sound like ever in my life, but also... But holy moly, this is really cool. But I've also seen something like that. Not exactly the same, but similar. Similar looking cave, except it had like trees on the top, so As much as I hate to admit it, it was cooler. Also, let's crack open this energy drink right now. Because I really want it. Need it? No. Want it? Absolutely. Hopefully you got that wonderful slurping on camera. Also, it's very funny how these guys, you know, how they sink and freeze to death. I find that humorous. I take delight in their suffering. Oh, little speck. Yo. Oh yeah, I'm just walking along, you feel. And here's the thing, I feel like these snowy mountains and stuff are like really cool, but never actually done anything with them. Oh, dude. I do have an idea. Though. And it's so grandiose and so bizarre that it's really just like one of those things that I'm probably never gonna do, and if I did do it, I would never finish it. I've had this idea where you take a massive mountain like this, and you turn it into like this giant, like, pyramid dungeon type thing. Where it has a bunch of rooms and a bunch of secret exits and stuff. Like, not like obvious easy to find stuff, but like genuinely, like, there's some where it's like, okay, yeah, I get it. Like, this is a secret. There's some where it's like, oh, well, this is a super easy thing to find. And then there's some where it's just like, okay, how the hell was I supposed to know that unless I was, like, feeling every square inch of this room? But that's the fun part. Right? You go through, you find the obvious stuff. You figure out there's more. Then you go through, you find the, you know, the less obvious stuff. You know, with your new knowledge that you know now. And then you go through and you know, just out of love for, you know, exploration, you just look up and down the walls. And then eventually you run into, like, some crazy stuff. But of course that requires, like, such attention to detail. Like, I could try, certainly. If I did, I'd imagine it'd have a couple of flaws. But so does it, like, so does a lot of human creation. So I genuinely shouldn't, like, deter myself from that. The only thing would be, like, well, first off, you gotta clear a lot of blocks. And that's not even the worst part. Then you gotta, like, place a lot of blocks. Not just, like, randomly, but with, like, purpose and intent. Which definitely slows things down. Ooh, I got that skill, boy. Probably not enough skill to do something like that. But yeah, certainly got a little sauce. A little sauce on my plate. Okay, not enough to do that though. Oh well. Oh well. See you later. Possibly gonna go to the Nether. But only after I get diamonds. Because I gotta make templates, I gotta... Next time we have bones. Damn it! Gotta go to the Nether, gotta... Or no, I have to go to the depths of the overworld to collect the actual legitimate diamonds so I can craft smithing templates. Because otherwise in Nether it's, like, useless. Can't even use it for lodestones anymore. Which is funny... because Zero's minimap hasn't updated, so I have to use the lodestone compass or the coordinates. Now I've moved to the coordinates because, I mean, it's really easy to remember where I am. I'm at, like, negative 1400. Where am I? Was I at positive? Okay, I may have gotten lost, but it's like, whatever. Also, what kind of moon is this? Is this half moon? Okay, so we might be getting slimes here, actually. You might want to stay around here just for a little bit. Maybe even with F3B. Just in case we can potentially get a little slimer to spawn. That'd be really nice. Get a little slimy slime. And then we can eventually brew oozing potions, which allow us to... Okay, there's a slime. 1, 2. And since I have looting 3, this is actually going to give a lot of slime, I believe. So holy moly, I don't even have sweeping edge on this sword, but I annihilated that zombie. Just because it was like, I don't even know. Oh, 37 slime? Just from that, man. That's crazy. Gotta love it. Man, I don't even think I need a slime farm unless... I don't know. Maybe I could just breed a bunch of chickens together with the seeds I got. And slime them all. And just put them... sorry, buddy. Kinda not interested, actually. Straight up, not interested. I know, but I already have a dog, and he's annoying, and he makes a bunch of dog sounds that I find annoying. Now, before the dog sounds were, like, really nice. Like, they're nice, unobtrusive. Now it's like it bark at you, dude. It's like, what? Why? Like, I'm just trying to chill out here. You're sitting on, like, some wood by yourself. And I know dogs do that in real life. They freak out over, like, stupid, like, whatever. Like, they see ghosts or something. They start barking like someone's broken into your house and has a gun to your head. Like, it's not that serious, man. It's really just not. But they love to just absolutely lose their minds. And they added that to Minecraft. So now when the dogs are going crazy barking outside, I have to deal with it in-game too, and it's wonderful. Absolutely fantastic. Thank you, Mojang. Thank you. Whose idea was that? Jeb? Jeb, was that your idea? Thank you so much. No, I'm sorry, Jeb. I'm sorry for being aggressive, man. Like he would even see this, like he would even know that I said this. No way, Igloo? Igloo loot? Igloo? Is this the good Igloo or the lame one? Oh. Almost lost my life over a lame Igloo? Oh boy. So I don't know why I scream like that. It's kind of odd. Like my laugh has been changing, my scream has been changing. Like it's just a very. So I'm going through a fucking second puberty, dude, and I'm 47 years old. Like how is that even possible? Like these energy drinks, they must have like some hormones in them or something. They're like messing with my system, man. Because genuinely, I don't know what kind of chemistry they're cooking up, but it's changing me. For the better, for the worse. I mean, that's really your call. But I feel changed, feeling changed. That's for sure. Let's see here now. Let's put this worms in there. This worms, nice English, bro. Nice English, brothers. Thank you. Me learned it to myself. Me was born it this way. Like if you get that epic Smiling Friends reference. I had to do my civic duty and mine some, what is it? Right here, sugarcane. Okay. How about you just sugar don't? Yeah! Yeah! I added SpongeBob to Fortnite. I don't play Fortnite, but I was literally considering just buying that. If that says anything about how, like, good or how powerful of, like, a friggin' mimetic agent like SpongeBob is just for Gen Z and millennials, then there you go. There you have it. There's irrefutable proof, irrefutable evidence. I think, like, I don't know. Like, once it starts getting inconvenient for me to mine this, like, seed right there, I think I'll stop mining it. As well, blue ice is kind of cool. It's also really stupid. Really fucking stupid. I'll get a couple stacks of packed ice. Just have, you know, a bit of reserve. But I'm not looking to build a whole damn highway. I'm just looking to build a couple sections, maybe. And that's like it. Ooh, but see, there's a nice little nucleus inside the iceberg. I actually never knew that there were, like, little nuclei inside. I thought they only spawned on the outside, because they're like... I don't even know. I guess I'm just stupid. That's I guess that's the only reasonable explanation. 61, 62, 63, 64. Okay. I mean, we could get... Okay. As soon as I say we can get more, I no longer feel like getting any more, so we're not... Oh, polar bears. I don't really get polar bears, man. But at the same time, I kind of do. Because there's, like... Well, there's not supposed to be anything, like, out here in the first place. But they added, like, something. But at the same time, it has to be, like, nothing, because there's supposed to be, like, nothing out here. So they added the polar bear. I will not lie that the energy drinks got a bit of a twang to them. So I am very interested. And by the way, this is pretty much what I was looking for at the beginning, just a place to mine sand. I think I'll just take this opportunity to mine a bit of sand. In fact, maybe even... Hopefully this didn't take too long. Once we get the sand, we should have enough sand to place our own, but also have some glass. Maybe we start a cactus farm in the future. No, not happening. I had a cactus farm last season. I'm not gonna duplicate that this season. And now that we get that sand... Well, realistically, we don't even have to be, like, out here anymore. Also, I probably should have brought banners to label this point on the map. But, yeah, foresight. Why would I have that? I was about to make a joke about some type of skin there. I think it's best to avoid that. Speaking of, I've been losing a large amount of, like, skin on my hands. Well, not a large amount, but, like, more than you would usually lose just because I've been, like, swinging on monkey bars and such. Just for, like, shoulder training and strength training. It is really interesting because it's like, you think you'd be good at it, just, like, lifting weights and stuff, and then you do it, and then holy moly, Peak Village. Peak Village just spotted. Just at the top of the freaking mountain, man. This is a really cool village, man. Cool. How high is it? It's like 111 or so. Very nice. This is crazy, man. And of course, it's not going to have really anything useful for me in particular, but... Man, this is a nice village. Kind of makes me wish I found this one instead. Because it is closer. That's the strangest part. Like, I didn't even expect that. It is closer. But is this literally right by the, no, it shouldn't be. My goodness, it shouldn't be. I was like wondering if, are these the mountains that were right by spawn? And the answer I came to, like, immediately was like, no, dude, we're like 300, 700, man. Like, we're nowhere near spawn. As much as it may seem like we are close to spawn, it's like, we aren't, so it's not that. I got a lot of comments on the cube video, which I thought was really boring, but at the same time I knew it was something that would, you know, gather a lot of interest. Because typically you don't just see someone, like, you know, doing something so useless as building a 20 by 20 by 20 cube of stone and a super flat. Sorry, I'm just adjusting my mouse pad. You usually don't see that. So that's how I knew, like, okay, this is gonna capture the intrigue of a lot of people, because this is just so... It's one of those things where it's so boring that it's interesting, you know? Like, it's just so mind-numbing that the thought of doing it is an interest point. And if you hear of someone doing it and there's a video of someone doing it, then you want to watch them, like, do it. Because it's like, well, clearly there's got to be, like, something to it. Clearly there has to be. In that element, I feel like I sort of introduced, like, with the commentary, because you don't really know what I'm gonna say. I mean, I didn't really say anything worthwhile, but I said some stuff, some of which I regret. So if you really don't like controversial opinions, especially relating to current global affairs, I really wouldn't watch that video. In fact, I might unlist it. I should probably remember to unlist it, but it's I mean, it's nothing too bad, surely. Wait a second, what the I guess that does make sense. Because, yeah, I'm heading back to the Cardinal. I don't know why that didn't make sense, just for like a second. But yeah, this is essentially where I created, like, this pathway, right? From spawn to here, except it's not as much a pathway as it is just, like, a very sparse breadcrumb trail that, I'm pretty sure is even obsolete, because, there's a section here where you have to come over here, you cross the river, but then you just go this way. And I was like, well, why don't I just cut across and put this entire thing out? That should work, right? And it did. This is just a completely useless detour here. It's like I took a straight line and I just added, like, a loop that adds... Jeez, what is he? Like, 200 blocks of travel? It's a really... Like, honestly, I don't know why I didn't create, like, that shortcut when I was making the trail, because it wasn't that hard of, like, a thought to come to. I guess I was just, like, really stupid. But also, I'm trying to fill the map, not... So I gotta go over here to get this border as well. And I suppose I could also fill in the in-betweens, although I would like to get a little bit of sleep. Actually, no. I'm not gonna do the in-betweens. I'll just do the perimeter of the map. So today... And perhaps I'll finish the map off camera. But yeah, you know, I am really falling into that, like, oh, okay, I do all this stuff off camera type, sort of. Well, it's because I don't want to, like, record everything, because uploading it after that is just, like, a massive pain. Okay, come on now. Give me your ender pearls, boy. So it's been years and I still can't crit. I just cannot crit. Let's grab that. Get those ender pearls in my inventory. Hello, Mr. Sheep. Sound the sheep makes. Like if that's educational and informative. Yeah, this is gonna be really freaking difficult. It isn't getting made very easy, huh? There you go. Zombie? Okay. Really should have expected that. I don't know why, I thought it was like a villager that escaped from my dungeon. But it's like whatever, you know. Like, don't even worry about it. Forget I said anything about that. Yeah, no, just like if you talk about it, you're kind of weird. So yeah, just letting you know, just letting you. But we're almost back. We're almost back, and I mean, like it. The crazy part about my base is that there's like no secret compartments. Like it presents itself like and that's all that's there. There's really nothing to like everything you see is everything that there is. There's nothing like hidden or more than meets the eye, you know. It's really just completely honest and transparent like that. Which is, you know, odd for a Minecraft base, but I suppose I'm a bit of an odd fellow. Yeah. Where does this lead to? Seems like it just leads to a crack in the rocks. Can I say that I'm really grateful for the fact that I haven't just become a map dependent junkie, that I'm actually like thinking for myself, because I really do enjoy freaking exploring the terrain. Of course, it's also because I'm doing it on camera, and that does make it a bit easier for me to stomach the fact that I'm literally just running around thousands of blocks just to get places, when I could just build the ice highway in the Nether and skip all of this entirely. Um, can't really do that for travel, but also I could have just did this later with an elytra once the end opens, and because that's the thing, they don't open the end on the server until like whenever. So that's also kind of unfortunate. I suppose before I go back, I could silk these little buddies. Just get some nice wonderful mushroom texture. And I'll just go with this until. Let's see here. What should I put in the sack such that I can carry all of this stuff that I desire to carry? Like, yeah, something like that, something like that. Boom, boom, boom. 5 big booms. I'm not even sure if I have to soak the mushroom stump, but I'm gonna do it anyways. Some evil and sick and all twisted and all fucked up. I'll mine some more. Boom. I love me my mushroom blocks, bro. I think they're awesome. Bright red. The color you usually don't get very much, but you gotta love it. Gotta love it. Yeah, so my goal for this Let's Play, like, I don't think I've said this before, but just so you know, it's like, essentially I want to get, like, all this stuff. I'm just getting the fuck out of here. It's genuinely, like, scares the shit out of me, dude. Yes! Epic fucking gamer skill, man. I got that on lock. Literally just locked in the frickin' zone, man. I gotta go up on the hill to finish the map. So why was there a creeper there? I just got there and it was like light outside. I suppose that'd be the danger that I took first. Was there darker wood? Nope. And we're back. Awesome, great, fantastic. Don't gotta worry about any of this stuff ever again. But I suppose I could show like a couple of the things I've been working on. This guy's maxed out. You only got to see him for a split second. Sorry, I just kind of want to fly through this. Here's the bees. Bees, and I got the campfire underneath. I started building something. This is going to be like my house. This is like my to-do. More iron farm, mindful ores, loot the nether, trade a hole. And then, as you can see here, this chest is what? Empty. Empty. I got some dried kelp in the furnaces. I have a dog right here. And this is really a coup de grace here. If I can get this ugly map out of here. This is my storage system. It's basically, I forget where I got it from. I have a video on it where I credit the person that made this, but it's really simple. It just goes in the chest, and goes in this chest right here, comes out right here. Any of the extras that don't get sorted just come out through here. And in the middle, in between, we got 3 copper golems. Sorts all the items it can, and it deposits them here if there's none to if there's nowhere to put it. Next copper golem grabs it once it gets put in their chest, and then it goes down, and it just repeats for the last one. And one key revelation I figured out, if you're still watching this somehow and you get to the end, is that you want the very generic categories at the end. You want to get more specific, and towards the beginning, that's where you want your like bulk, like single item. Like for example, this is dirt. Here, I'm probably gonna put just cobble. And then over here, you can have like more specific categories, like things that would be like a couple items. And then in the back, you want the basically the, is that pillager? Oh no. I swear I thought I heard a pillager, dude. What could it be? Is it under here? No. Okay, that's concerning. That's odd, but it's honestly not that big of a deal. Right now I'm farming beetroot, just because, honestly, no reason. And down here I have even more villagers. This one's mad at me because I punched him a little bit. But this one's fine, this one's fine. Fletchers, a couple cartographers actually. Let's see, a couple of librarians. This one is Silk Touch, very convenient, very useful. Silk Touch is up here. And then, of course, more armorers. This one gives me a discount because he likes me. That was a bit zesty. And over there, nothing's been done, so it's not even worth checking out. Yeah, that's all I got. Also, I gotta build a gunpowder farm. And there's another portal. Yeah, that's pretty much it. If you enjoyed... Oh yeah, and my enchanting setup. I mean, I think it's kind of cool. Alright, like the video if you enjoyed. See ya.